Well, I've been regretting making this video, but you know, with everything that has happened with the car and breaking the rear ends and blowing the engine and blowing belts, I've decided it's time to get rid of the car.
Hey guys, it is Wednesday and we're gonna head over to the meet. So we are headed out to Tampa. We're gonna go pick up a car. Mechanically 100% sound, full interior.
All-American street car performance. Damage on the car is pretty substantial. Damage on the car. The radiator support's pretty pushed in. Not so great. So that's fantastic. So as you guys know, blew up the Yukon, built rear end. It's toast, it's done. It's gonna cost quite a bit to fix. You know, I'm spending a lot of time on this. I'm neglecting, you know, I have the Cobra right here. I'm neglecting that car. I'm neglecting the Mustang over here, the 16 GT. And, you know, I'm just wasting time. So I'll be putting the car up for sale for about $5,000 for best offer. You know, it's got full suspension, it's got a broken rear end. I might throw a stock rear end in it, but I think that's what I'm just gonna have to do to get out of this and get out of this you know, rut with the car being broken. Alright, what's going on guys? So obviously that intro is full of shit. So I wanted to make that video. I wanted to clickbait this 100%. I am going to tell you this video is clickbaited and it is complete bullshit, that first minute or so that you just saw. So I wanted to give this video one for the haters, and I know there's a lot of fans out there who basically are like, screw the haters, screw that. But you know, I wanted to make a direct video addressing them, give them what they want. So a lot of people commented, I mean, you'll see the comments up on screen. There were so many comments that said, why are you wasting your time with this piece of junk here, and why aren't you spending the time and money and save your money for the Cobra and the Whipple car. And you know, I guess I just need to address it. Maybe, you know, people don't watch all the videos, so they don't understand completely what is going on here. So anyways, we are not selling Turdzilla. For anyone who's been here for a while, they saw Turdzilla really turn from this pile of junk to what it is now. Now, I will admit, I think buying the Yukon parts was a mistake, and that was with me and Don. Don actually sent the kit out. He bought it for, you know, this car because he really wanted to see it up and running, and I was just kind of waiting around for, you know, the time to be right to build a rear end. So we looked up the Yukon kit, the 31 spline kit. It looked like it was a pretty good kit. The car only makes 280 wheel horsepower. Potentially I want to coyote swap it in the future. Might see around 450, maybe even 500 wheel at some point. But we figured the 31 spline Yukon kit, I mean, it has to be somewhat good. But after reading multiple reviews all around the internet, I'll post a few up here on screen, it looks like other people have experienced literally the same exact issue. The differential just cannot take the abuse. I know there's a few guys in the comment section who said they had the same exact issue as well. So unfortunately, we made a mistake going with the Yukon kit. You know, it happens definitely when you're building cars. And the unfortunate thing is that this kit was not that much cheaper than a Detroit True Track Eaton Locker kit. So unfortunate, it would have been nice if we just went that way initially, but it was nice because this one was all just a kit. You know, it came with the gears, the axles, the differential, and basically everything that was needed to put it together. I know some people mentioned installer issue, which, you know, it is a possibility. I just don't see it very likely. The shop we took it to was Volusia Drivetrain, and they literally build rear ends for a living. So I mean, it's possible, but I don't see it very likely that there is an issue. And the other thing is, how am I going to prove that, you know, this thing broke because of installer error, especially saying that to someone who has built these rear ends over and over and over again. So on the note on this thing is going to wait until we get the proper parts. It's going to be put back together. Might have something in the works which might completely change this thing up, but you guys got to wait and see, just like you have to wait and see what the black thing over there is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, oh man. So I wanted to give this video for the haters, get a little bit of a title clickbait, and you know, I mean, a lot of people don't see the value in this car, but there's also a lot of people out there that do see the value in the car. You don't always comment, but I definitely appreciate it. And this car has come a long way. I mean, it is a, you know, it makes 280 wheel horsepower. It's been a 13.0 in the quarter mile, and that's really respectable for sure. And it would have gone a 12 if that last launch held together. I also know there's a lot of people talking about, you know, drag radials in a stick car, and I 100% agree. A bias ply is the ideal setup. However, this rear end should not have broken with a drag radial in 280 wheel horsepower. And I mean, prime example, the Cobra's been 1148 at 121 miles an hour with a 1.65 60 foot. On a 275 4017 N205R drag radial. That is the least ideal setup on a IRS independent rear suspension car, and the car held it perfectly fine. So yes, a drag radial is definitely harder. However, especially that last launch, it was really just the perfect slip. That would have been a very good 60 foot and a definite 12 if the car held together. I know there's some people like celebrating that we didn't get in the 12s. I mean, there's all sorts of haters out there, and they're gonna always be out there. But you know, I wanted to just make this video addressing that. Yes, I agree, a bias ply tire is definitely better, and next time I might consider using the Cobra bias ply tire for this, or maybe selling these tires. But honestly, I mean, even Scott with the S550 full bolt-on car that made 453 rear wheel horsepower and went 11.3 at 122 in the quarter, that car made a 165 60 foot. It had a 275 50 17 M&H drag radial, a very, very stiff wall drag radial, and Scott managed to go 165 60 foot and ran a badass time on a drag radial on a car with extremely weak axles. Scott actually broke those axles later on with some wheel hop on street tires.
He let it rip. Good launch. That was a good run.
So drag radials aren't exactly the issue. Alright, so now I'm going to change up things here. So as you guys know, you've been commenting like crazy. Why aren't you spending the time on the good old Cobra? Why are you wasting your time on this? Well, you guys haven't known, or you kind of have known, but I guess you're not really realizing the thing that I've been ramping up for on the Cobra, the 700 wheel horsepower build, which is going to be an awesome build series. I'm going to be making several different videos going from the suspension to the fuel system to the headers to the injectors and the lower balancer pulley, the tuning. It's going to be an awesome video series, and I cannot wait to get this thing underway. I'm looking at this weekend. I'm hoping that my schedule's clear with work and we can bang it out with Nick. As you guys know, that makes it so incredibly hard because what we have in the car could take a normal shop a week, and we're trying to do it in about 2 to 3 days. So we have a lot of work ahead of us installing the full Maximum Motorsports race suspension. We have a full lethal fuel system that includes pump, hat, lines, injectors, rails, and I finally just picked up the final piece of the puzzle. So the final piece of the puzzle is right here, and I actually went with the Fuel Injector Clinic 1000cc injectors. This is going to be able to run E85. It's going to support the car at the 700 wheel horsepower power level that we're going for, and these injectors are awesome. I'm going to be talking more about these later, but I'm super excited. I ended up going with the FIC 1000. Bob Kurgan is my tuner. He suggested, you know, I said, hey, I'm looking at going with the ID 1050X injector, and he said, hey, have you ever looked at the FIC 1000 injector? And that's what I decided to go with. So I got in contact with the guys over at Fuel Injector Clinic, found out exactly what I need for my application. The cool thing about these, and I'm going to talk more about it, they actually include like this flow injector data, which I'm going to show you guys exactly, you know, what this means later in the build. But these are actually flow tested. They give you the actual data from this injector, not just the standard injector that they tested with. These injectors have the actual data included with them, which is really awesome. Fuel Injector Clinic also offers the injector data for the tuners to be able to use. So they can basically plug and play the injector data right into their tune rather than R&Ding and developing this data. So I'm really excited to get these in the car. They definitely look high quality, and that was really just the last piece of the puzzle for the 700 wheel horsepower build. And hopefully you guys are still watching because I know some people get so upset about clickbait, but I just had to because there was so much hate comments down in the description or down in the comments. So, but anyways, moving on, we have the suspension, the fuel system, the headers. We're going to be dropping the K-member. I am putting the stock K-member back in for now, and I'm on the fence about that, but I can't swing doing the K-member right now. As is, the parts list that we have is adding up to about $5,000 in parts at the retail price. Now, I know a lot of people are like, wait, you know, you've been spending all this time on Turdzilla. This stuff has been a long process. I'm working with a lot of great companies to try to make this thing happen. Maximum Motorsports, Lethal Performance. They also give you guys a discount code, Mustang Lifestyle. You can go ahead and type that in. That gives you a discount code on Lethal. We also have the Metco Motorsports lower pulley, the 4-pound lower, and that's going to allow us to get more boost. We have the tensioner support plate. We also have a 3.2 alternator pulley to basically prevent the alternator from blowing up. I mean, we have everything for this car. The only thing I don't have for this car, which worries me, is the G-force axles. I just haven't been able to swing it yet. And like I said, all these parts that we have is adding up to about $5,000. So that is a lot of money. I am working with the companies on, you know, sponsorships and, you know, trying to work out the best way I can to, you know, give them some marketing exposure and help me out here. So I want to give a big shout out to the companies that are helping with this build, and I really hope I can make something super high quality that's just going to be entertaining to watch, informative, and for anybody out there with an 0304 Cobra or even just a 96-04 Mustang, you guys can get some insight on what parts are going to be basically the best to work with your car. For example, if you have a 96-04 Mustang, you know, the fuel system should be anything you need to make well over 1,000 wheel horsepower. If you are curious about the Fuel Injector Clinic injectors, we're going to be trying them out here, which I know Fuel Injector Clinic has a very well established name in the GM market, as well as the import market. And in Ford, it looks like they're entering and doing some great things with the Ford market, and their injectors are very reasonably priced. They have high quality data. They also have tuning data for your tuners out there. And basically, when I heard about their injectors first through, I think Cletus McFarlane on his YouTube channel, he's using the Fuel Injector Clinic injectors on, I think, Leroy and the Crown Vic project. I was like, oh, well, you know, that's a name out there that I can definitely, you know, I'm starting to hear about. And then Bob Kurgan, he emailed me back and said, hey, why don't you try out the Fuel Injector Clinic 1000? I'm like, okay, I'm hearing it from 2 different places, from my tuner. And then that's the other thing, is always listen to your tuner for fueling and mass airflow sensor, boost, everything. You listen to your tuner, because your tuner knows best. He's tuned different setups before, and they always know best. So I got talking with the guys over at Fuel Injector Clinic and pulled the trigger on the Fuel Injector Clinic 1000. So for any Cobra owners out there who are considering upgrading injectors, basically go ahead and you'll see my experience with them. They actually sent out this nice shirt, so I love getting new shirts from various different places. But anyway, guys, I'm super excited to get the 700 wheel horsepower build underway. I'm hoping that it's going to be awesome. One of the main reasons why I haven't driven the Cobra lately is the differential is actually leaking a lot of fluid, and I'm afraid to drive it and get on it hard because I don't want the differential to break and be in similar boat to Turdzilla here. And as for Ashley's car, we're very busy, and once one car goes down, it's kind of risky to race another one and risk, you know, breaking that one. So, you know, when one car's down, it's a little risky to, you know, go with another car and, you know, race that one and break that one. And for anyone out there who's like, why do you always break shit? Well, because I want to run a good time, and that's what I'm going out to do, to have fun, run a good time, and push it hard. I mean, if things break, we'll fix them. But it does take time and does take money for sure. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative. If you do have questions, leave them down below. I am not sorry about the clickbait. If you are upset about it, go cry about it. I mean, a lot of people get upset about clickbait, but it was a necessary evil to kind of talk about a lot of things that, you know, that I was seeing in the comment section. So I think I covered pretty much everything there. I'm basically just getting ready to do the 700 wheel horsepower build on the Cobra, and that's what I'm so excited to do. It's been about 4 months of gathering these parts to get ready to do this thing. So one last thing before we end this video, we have about 4 left in stock of the Turdzilla Mustang Lifestyle key tags. We got more on order, but they're gonna be a few weeks to get back in. We also have the Mustang Lifestyle America stickers. It's kind of like an American flag. We have a bunch of these that we can can get sent out. And they're on sale. They're only like $5 with shipping. So if you are interested in that, go click the link in the description. It helps support the builds. As you guys know, these things get expensive, and keeping these cars together, and you know, obviously we have some advertising revenue coming in. Ashley and I both work, but you know, everything helps, and you know, it means a lot to me when you guys are, you know, putting these orders through and then sending me the pictures of the stickers on your car, the keychains on your car. We also have some more t-shirts coming in of the dark gray. We have the light gray, but really the merchandise thing, it means a lot to me because you guys are really excited about wearing these things or putting these things on your car, and that means a lot to me. It also helps support the channel, and I want to keep coming up with more different things, because when I first got this in, I was so excited. Like, I think this is absolutely awesome. So anyway guys, make sure you slap the like button down below, leave a comment, let us know what you think, and I'll be, as always, replying to the comments. I know some people say, why do you reply to all these hate comments? You know, I try to do what I can, and yeah. So anyway guys, slap the like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you are new, and look forward to the 700 wheel horsepower build that is coming, and eventually I'll let you know what's going on with the black car, because I know you guys are dying. It's hilarious. All right, see ya.